Yeah. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Yeah. Gon' hate on me. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Yeah. Gon' hate on me. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Yeah. Gon' hate on me. When I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean, they gon' hate on me. Yeah. Gon' hate on me.
Oh yeah. You know what time it is. It's the Biscayne Breakdown. It's brought to you by the good people over at Heat versus the World. And I usually ask everybody how they're doing about this time, but I don't care. For 2 years, 2 long years, it seems like we've been in the darkness as Miami Heat fans. It seems like we've been in the doldrums without a speckle of light outside of play-in territory. Down low in the belly of the beast, swallowed by the whale. Pause. But I tell you, verily I say to thee, if you just look from which your strength comes, there'll be light in the morning. Pat Riley is the bearer of that torch. And as I ask you how you doing today, Alex, I'll say we're going to get to a little bit of respect that needs to be put on the Godfather's name. But again, I return to this. How you doing today, brother Alex?
Great, man. This is the day that the Lord has made. We shall rejoice and be glad in it. And we real glad.
We got our joy back, some would say.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't said it. You said it.
I'm just saying.
Right. I got my joy back.
We lost our joy in the midst of the darkness 2 years ago. But today, we got our joy back. How you doing today, Joel?
I'm doing good.
You know what? It doesn't even matter how Joel is doing. He hasn't been here in 2 years supporting us through these dark times. But because we are as gracious as the basketball gods have been to us, we will allow him back into the circle that we call the Biscayne Breakdown. I'm sorry, Joel. I just had to get that off. You back. Go ahead. You've been cleansed.
You good. I'm feeling good.
Don't tell me I'm good. I lead this church.
Listen, man.
I take up the offering. I command it. You've been cleansed.
Listen, bro. I feel good
Ain't
right
been
now.
In the last 2 years, going through it with us, just not one to pod.
Man, you can't blame me for that. But listen, bro, I feel good right now. I feel great. A little sleep deprived because last night was.
You got your joy back too, huh? Oh, now you got your joy back.
Yeah, what can I say? Andy Ellsberg, Nick Harrison, they did their thing, And I know they did their thing because it's been on record that the Godfather don't really be making the calls like that. So, shout outs to him for being there, I guess. But, I was told that we know who really do be handling the stuff behind the scenes. So, shout outs to Andy Ellsberg and Nick Harrison for getting the job done. They done a miracle on us. So, shout outs to them.
Today is the day that I'm not going to let you hate on the Godfather, but it's okay.
That's what they saying though. That's what they say.
I'm not even gonna go too deep into my bag of the apologies that need to be thrown the Godfather's way. Because one thing I can say is this: for so long, at least the last 4 or 5 years, there's been a big deal made about how far he was willing to go to acquire that guy or that other piece that the Miami Heat was missing. And for as long, it's been told to us that he was waiting on this moment. Now you got to go 30-30-30.
Right.
You could say it's 30% the Heat. You could even say, hell, it's 30% Giannis. But at the end of the day, none of that matters because the most important third of that equation, which was the Milwaukee Bucks, they just became ready to trade him. So at the very least, you got to say that on this day, on the day post Giannis to the Miami Heat, well, actually, the day of, as the news happened after midnight. Can I get amen?
Amen.
Amen.
as we add Brother Deem to the stage, we having service today, Deem. So just go ahead and take a seat. Lift your finger up when you want to speak. We'll acknowledge you. Get a usher right around there to you and everything like that. If you need some water, need a fan, just let somebody know. On this day is not necessarily the day. I won't say you have to kneel, but we have to at least acknowledge that there has been some coherence to what we've been told. Because once the deal was there to be made, he did that thing that people have been lamenting him for. He did that thing that people have been trashing him for. Hell, he ain't Sleepy no more. That's Brad up there in Boston. Sleepy Stevens. He did that thing that y'all said he couldn't do. He pushed all the chips to the table and he got it done. But as I continue my soliloquy, how you doing today, Dean? Okay, Dean can still befuddled and in shock. I understand. We'll get back to him when he's more present and with us and out of delirium. But look, man, it's a very exciting time. I know y'all potted last night on the main part. Shout out to the Heat versus the World, of course. I wasn't able to make that. I was too busy committing communion during the midst of the news to make myself available, but that's neither here nor there because I'm here now. But just give us a little bit of what that instant reaction looked like from each of you last night as you hopped on the podcast to react immediately to this Giannis Antetokounmpo trade.
I'll start off. I'm not gonna lie, bro. For the longest time, I just felt like I didn't deserve anything nice Heat related, bro. Like, y'all gotta understand, bro. Like, all that missed trades and stuff. I'm like, cause a part of you feels like, okay, maybe it's the front office, but like, y'all ever see that one tweet from LeBron where it was like after the Kyrie trade happened, where he got sent to Dallas. He tweeted, it's like, maybe it's me. That's how I felt after the Dame trade happened. I'm like, maybe it's me at this point. Like, maybe we not getting nobody on the Heat because I'm rooting for the squad and maybe something's happening.
Oh, that's why you ain't show up, because you thought that you was the black cat running around.
Well, I ain't saying it was
whatever we call in the building right now.
I ain't saying it was for sure me, but like it got to a point where I was praying, like, God, like, forgive whoever's committing some bad transgressions for this squad. Like, just forgive them, yo. Like, get this bad juju off the squad for the one time. And like, I was worried, and that's why, like, when I seen things play out the way I did yesterday, you saw that report from Chris Haynes just hours before the trade went down. I was like, shoot, this might be over.
Kelsey Ponzi scheme, by the way. I made a report to the FBI, the FCC, the NBA, the NFL, the MLS, FIFA. I made a report to everybody because that's a Kelsey Ponzi scheme, and I will not have it during my Giannis tenure. But go ahead.
Exactly. So, I was shook during all that. So when I seen that the Shams tweet comes in, because we got like our group chats and stuff on like Twitter and everything. One of the fans sent a tweet, and some folks like to troll. They like to send fake tweets from like pretend Shams accounts. So I see that and I get ready to block and kick the dude from the chat. But then I realized that that's the real tweet, and that more and more people are sending that exact same post. And that's when I realized, like, wait, we actually got him.
That's when you became a fan again. That's when you became an actual real fan and a podcaster again.
I've always been a fan, bro. You can't blame me for, being so discouraged. Talk about this team on a pod when they're just going through so much at that point. Okay, not everyone is trying to show their grieving on camera. Okay, you gotta like honor that. It's hard.
Man, I've been light skinned all my life. Don't you tell me about living with circumstances. This is life. You gotta show up in the good times, in the bad times, when your joy is there, when your joy ain't there, when you gotta figure out if Tyler Hero's gonna play tonight or in the next 10 games. You gotta show up.
I am there, bro. I am, but it's
you here now. You here. You know what, Joe? We'll come back to you. Well, how did you feel, Alex?
Hey, man, I just felt like prayers have been answered, dog. Like Joel said, when it happened, like, so I'm sitting here in the same spot. I think I'm just chilling for real. And
was this before or after you began your first of 6 shots?
Hey, scratch that, Joel. But this was definitely before. I'm sitting here chilling, in the on my PS5, and like I'm talking to some of my boys or whatever in a party, and I think the last thing I remember, like it was talking about like Io DeSumo, like that. I think that was one of the last things that Shams had tweeted. So we talking about Io DeSumo and Dante DiVincenzo and the Timberwolves.
He got
And
underpaid, but I understand he wanted a long-term deal. That's
yeah,
neither here
and
nor there.
then next thing you know, like I see another uh, notification from Shams, and I'm thinking it's more about the Io DeSumo details, and I click it, and it said Blockbuster, and then I saw Giannis in a Heat jersey, and I just jumped up. I started running around, started freaking out. My wife said, "What if it's fake?" I was like, "It's not." I showed her the tweet. She talking about some, who did y'all trade? I was like, it don't matter. We got Giannis. Like I was like dog, like it don't matter. Like they got it done because, like I said on the main pod, I had lost faith, dog. Like I was just like, Dag, he about to be in them green people jersey, but with him going to be with them green people, we gonna have the best guy in the league who can guard him. We got Bam. Bam can guard him. So I was just like, hey, it is what it is at this point. But now we on to the other side.
You don't even have to worry about that. You
Nope.
with us, Dean? You with us, Dean?
Oh, I'm here, baby. I'm here and
Okay,
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
okay.
You ain't
Give
gotta
us your
ask me. I'm
immediate
just gonna tell
reaction.
you. You ain't. I'm gonna tell you anyway. I felt good, man. I seen that tweet. Okay, I'm gonna be honest. When I seen you double text, I knew what it was. I knew what it was, man. I'm still high off the tree. I'm excited. I don't have to have that brown paper bag over my face no more. As everybody know, I've been a brown paper bag fan ever since Jimmy Butler got traded to Golden State. My love for the game got lost. I lost faith in Pat Riley. I called his Armani suits fake. I said he deserved to be in a nursing home. I regret all those things I said. This right here makes up for everything. It makes up for missing out on Donovan Mitchell. It makes up for missing out on Damian Lillard. It makes up for missing out on Kevin Durant, Bradley Beal. It makes up for missing out on all those guys.
You
If we
hear that,
can
Joe?
pull,
You take a cue from Dean. Go ahead, Dean. Continue to speak.
Yeah, shout out to Nick Harrison, Andy Ellsberg. Yeah.
shout out to them.
I mean, them two.
It makes up for everything, okay? It brings hope again as a Heat fan. It brings hope again. Hopefully, I've been saying this for a while. The Heat fan base has been divided for the past couple years. Hopefully, this right here can unite everybody back together, and we all just be under the same umbrella again. I'm just emotional. I've been emotional the past 24 hours. The Giannis roller coaster is finally over. I was afraid, like Coach said, him being in that ugly green with those horrible Irish people, those horrible people from Boston, the whole state of Massachusetts. Speaking of them, it's looking even more sad for them now that they're going to have to move on from Jalen Brown. They done back themselves into a horrible corner. But with that being said, Kay, I'm just excited. I'm happy to be back. I'm just happy to be back.
Well, we're glad to have you back, Dame. I mean, it's a situation where you didn't go out of your way. You know what I mean? To bend over backwards. You know what I mean? To trip over yourself. To. I mean, you didn't just bludgeon yourself with Pat Riley disrespect like some people we know. Bottom left hand corner below me, in case you're wondering. But it's
Listen, I
okay
was
because
told by all the local media folks that what's it called? It wasn't even him working the deal. So I don't even know why we, on our knees right now. Because as far as I'm concerned, it wasn't even him working the deal. So if
So who was it?
I think Joel forgot that I got control over the boards. I think Joel forgot that I got control too. I'm sorry, Joel. My
So
finger slipped.
so
My finger slipped, Joel. What was you
who
saying? Who
was
was
the
working the
one
deal?
taking lead on the other deal?
I mean, listen, Barry 5 Reasons, they made it clear that it was Andy Ellsberg and what's his name, Nick Harrison. So I'm just saying what they saying, you know. So
That's interesting. That's my first time hearing that. I didn't know nothing about that. That's interesting though.
So what you trying to tell me is Ellisberg and Harrison own harpoons? I only know one harpoon owner in South Florida. That's all I'm saying.
Take it up with them. We say that they the ones.
So now you choosing to believe what they say.
Listen, listen. I'm just saying, bro. I'm just simply saying if we try and go there, like just saying how it is.
What you mean? We there?
I'm just saying, because I have no problem giving Pat his respect for the first time. I mean, listen, you gotta make a free throw eventually, right?
Oh my God, why all of the backhand?
No, this wasn't a free throw. This wasn't a free throw, man. This was
this a logo shot in the 90s.
Yeah, especially with Boston being one of the teams that this definitely wasn't a free throw.
This Larry Bird, I'm gonna beat you in game 5 by 6 points, and that's what he did.
Listen, man. All I'm saying is that we're just happy that he had good connections with Bam, because who knows what would have happened afterwards.
Yeah, no, you're right about that. You're absolutely right about that.
It all helps. This is the thing we've always said. It takes multiple parts, but at the end of the day, you gotta have the smarts and the ability. It ain't just about the mechanisms or the conversations you can have. It's about the ability to think this out and read the people. And this is what I've always said. Again, this ain't no super duper victory parade. I'm spinning the block on everybody that has something to say. They act like they didn't know how this go though, because like, yo, you always gotta be in the other person's shoes when you're making a deal. And what they had said, whether you want to give Pat the credit or not, he's always like tried to outthink people. And effectively, he called Milwaukee's bluff. Out of all of the picks and all of the packages and all of the people that they said that they had available, he saved everything he could offer for this and waited it out and beat Sleepy Stevens, who didn't want to include Hugo Gonzalez and Bailey Shireman in the deal to get it done. So, I mean, today is the day. Well, Joel, your compliments cannot be backhand. It has to be a forehand, and it needs to be a soft serve. So, we're gonna move on. I would like to get to something that you said though, Alex. You mentioned, or was it? Hold on, it was one of y'all. I'm sorry, it was one of y'all that Alex or Deem. I'm sorry, that mentioned. It was you, Alex, that mentioned we had the best guy to guard Giannis in the catastrophic event that some bull would have happened, but that didn't happen, so we don't have to worry about it. But to that point, I did want to play this small amount of footage from Giannis Antetokounmpo. And it's actually a recent clip. I don't know how recent, but it isn't that far removed. That provides a little insight on, all that's going on here. Run that clip for me, Joel, please.
And by the way, October 2025 was when they did this. So
okay. All right. Well, I'll tell you what, you can't support Riley the right way, but at least you got the dates on deck. Go ahead.
Δυσκολότερος αντίπαλος. Δυσκολότερος αντίπαλος είναι λογικά ο Μπάμα Ντεμπάιο. Ονειρική πεντάδα με σένα φυσικά μέσα. Ονειρική πεντάδα. Στο 5 Μπάμα Ντεμπάιο. Στο 4 Γιάννης Αντετοκούνμπο. Στο 3 Kevin Durant. Στο 2 shooting guard. Anthony Edwards. Φωτιά. Και στο 1 Luka Doncic.
I actually just seen that before I got on here. I actually just seen that not too long ago.
I never saw that.
Doing some pre-show prep. You never seen that?
I never seen that.
I actually just seen that, like, not even like before I got on here. I seen that.
Well, we like to bring you some content that you're not familiar with here on the Biscayne Breakdown. That's what we do. There are a couple of things to that video. I'm gonna get crazy in the end because the Losers of Grandeur is back. If you're a Miami Heat fan, we in full effect, baby. Anything that's reported, I don't care who reported it, got legs. Anyway, he mentioned that, to your point, Alex, his toughest opponent is Bam Adebayo. I mean, a level of respect, from Giannis that, you got to give up if you're talking about, a guy named Bam Adebayo, who's perennially been one of the best defenders in the league. But you love to see him acknowledge that. And then to double down on it, to go further, to speak it into existence, as some might say. To manifest. who his dream starting center would be for it now to be his teammate. That just make me feel some type of way. Like I'm excited about it. How does that make you feel, Alex?
Play Peppers, man. Play Peppers, man. That's what the Heat play in the arena when we got that dub. Play Peppers, man.
Oh man, he already
Bro,
he already there. He already there.
What? Yo, that's so, bro. I did for real. Like that's my first time seeing that. That is so tough, bro.
That's so fire.
That is so tough, yo. I acknowledge it because people. I hate when people try and not give Bam his just due when
playing on his name.
I've been saying for years, to me, Bam is the best defender in the NBA 1 through 5. And now, to me, it's like, all right, you got Wemby, who's an absolute freak, and he's an alien. But other than him, who's the next best defender in the NBA?
Got exposed a little bit. We're gonna talk about that as the summer go on. Got exposed a little bit. Get up in him, and you can make something happen. Interesting enough, the last two DPOYs got exposed in their last two playoff runs. If you look at Mobley, I want to say the year before, and then the alien this year. But anyway, we'll continue to talk about that in the summer. But go ahead.
Yeah, man, and it's just like I've been trying to tell so many people. I've been screaming from the mountaintops. Bam is like that. Bam will lock up your favorite player, dog. Like he gonna have a hard night trying to score on Bam Adebayo. And Giannis just confirmed, he was like, yo, like who is my toughest opponent? Bam. Easy. Oh, starting 5 with me in it, center. Bam. Easy. He could have said Wemby. He could have said Jokic.
Yo.
He could have named other people. He's first name, center, Bam. 4, me. What? That's tough, bro. That's tough.
Hey man, that light a fire. If it weren't already lit, which it should be, that definitely light a fire and make you like, okay, okay, we here. It's real. It's real. What you got, Dame? We're gonna say you for last, Joel. Boy, I tell you, just boy.
Bam and everybody. It make me feel. It ain't make me feel no type of way because I already knew that. But
to hear him acknowledge that he's so eager to play with Bam, I guess.
Oh yeah, that part was pretty good. But I'm talking about his toughest matchup. I would have always said it was Bam. From obviously we've seen a playoff wars the couple times they did play in the playoffs. But Bam is he's your favorite player, worst nightmare. No matter who your favorite player is, they hate to see Bam coming. And that's just the fact. So I think if you put down the list, if you look at guys like Kevin Durant or Giannis, whoever else, Jason Tatum, any of those guys, they'll probably say their toughest opponent is probably Bam Adebayo.
Agreed, because it's like you gonna work that night for what you get.
Yeah, like you might still put up 25, and that's gonna be the toughest 25 you ever scored in your life. Like he's your favorite player, worst nightmare.
Hardest matchups on any given night probably gonna come from Bam when you facing the Heat. I agree, Joe. I mean, how does those series of responses make you feel about the situation?
I mean, I feel like fans just don't give, and Alex, you said it, like nobody gives Bam the flowers that he deserves. And like, for him to even mention Bam in that starting 5, I mean, you said it, Alex, like all those other names you could have potentially mentioned before him, and he chose Bam. And I mean, that just goes to show that he's genuinely like one of the most, how do I say, undervalued players in the league. And, and the thing is, I always felt that one day Giannis would come to Miami. This was a thing since 2020 when a lot of these reports first started coming out that the Heat had interest. And one thing I had to like pull up was this, right? This was like back in 2020. It was like report was that Giannis Antetokounmpo invited Bam Adebayo to train last summer after recognizing his talent. You don't see these types of things from guys if they don't truly understand how great of a player you are. And that especially means something to me because to those who don't know, Giannis had been on record before that even came out to say that he didn't like working out with the quote unquote competition, right? So with that being said, if you feel that way, but yeah, you see a guy like Bam who really out here doing this thing and you're like, you know what? forget all that. Like, I'm trying to go work out with him this summer. What does that tell you? You know, like, clearly he saw something in Bam from a very early point, and you know, it clearly blossomed into what it is now, where, you know, those two are teammates. And I'm really excited to see what it brings. I know a lot of people are questioning, oh, the fit, blah, blah, blah. Like, none of that stuff matters to me, because at the end of the day, they clearly had this on their mind for a long time, the idea of wanting to come together and compete for a championship. So instead of just, you know, going after hearing what the basketball nerds, the folks who spend all day looking at all these advanced metrics or statistics or whatever, you know, I'm going to see what the two, you know, talented players have to say about it, and see what they're going to do, especially when they get the chance this summer to potentially work together, see how they could, you know, mesh as teammates if they haven't already done that before, you know, assuming that potentially maybe they did work out in the past. And you know, we'll see what those two can do come October. It's going to be fun.
I know you host a show on this network, but I host this show, so you let me sound like the smartest man in the room and mention that Giannis don't like working out with other players. You bring up the good fact and then let me knock it out the park. All right, you set me up to look like the smartest man in this room. But yeah, to your point, Joe, Giannis is one of those all hoops all the time type guys. He's old school in his mentality. A lot of that same stuff you see from Wemby, but far less does it border into dirty, which you could question with Wemby. But you know Giannis wants to win and is willing to do whatever it is that he has to do. Now we do need him to leave that you know, levels to success stuff in Wisconsin. But for the most part, Giannis gonna show up with his hard hat and his lunch pail, ready to work and kill anybody in his way to get the job done, which I do think will work out marvelously for both sides of this equation. Now, you mentioned a lot of that stuff as we get ready to get up out of here. I ain't gonna hold y'all long today. We just came on, you know what I mean, basically to trash Joel for his lack of faith and to shout out Giannis for showing up to Miami today. But before I go, I do want to touch on something you mentioned, Joel, which was all of the pundits saying how that, you know, the fit will be murky, you know, the roster's gutted, who will they be able to get shooting. Evan Cohen of radio fame, been with multiple different networks or programs over the years. I've listened to him in a couple of his stops. If you're familiar with Evan Cohen, he actually had an interesting thought on X today about some potential ads for this team that I wanted to get into real quick. Free agents for Miami in the family, of course, those guys associated with Miami already. Gabe Benson been here before. KO, Kelly Olynyk been here before. Hardaway Jr. probably should have been here. Of course, Timmy's son. Jet Howard is who I'm assuming Jay Howard is, which is Jawan's son. Precious Achua, who we drafted, has been here twice. Probably should have held on to him last year, but I ain't mad that they cut him. And Kevin Love, who I'm assuming who's also been here before. Then you also get the finally on Miami crowd, which are guys that we've been looking towards as a team for a while and just haven't gotten. You got Bradley Beal, Sexton. I'm assuming that Collins is,
or is he a free agent? I don't know.
Yeah, that's John Collins.
Okay. John Collins. Interesting. And Bruce Brown, I'm assuming, is B Brown. Giannis adds guys associated with Giannis, Chris Middleton, Brooke Lopez, Miami types, guys that immediately fit the system. GP2, of course, that could be in the family as well. You got Josh Okogie and you got Keon Ellis, who I liked as a Cleveland ad, but definitely two-way. The shots improve and the creation of the dribbles improving there, but he come ready to defend and cause havoc. Could they do it as guys that you might have to get a little creative, but you got Luguentz Dort, you got Kobe White, you got Quentin Grimes, and then you got the shooters, guys that you can specifically spot up to help create spacing for all that's going on. Bogdanovich, Kevin Huerter, and Anthony Simons. Before we take the list down, put the list back up, Joel. They've seen our faces. As we move around the room, I'll let you go first, Joel. Who are a couple of guys that stand out to you on this list?
So for me, it's interesting because, you know, I know shooting is obviously going to be one of the main things. For one, it's Chris Middleton, mainly because I look at him as a guy that has championship experience, and because he's had, you know, the ability to work with Giannis in the past, I feel like that would be great to get him more, you know, familiar with how the program is going to roll. I look at him, you know, I wanted to say Bradley Beal too, could have intrigued me, but I feel like at this point, he's just not that same guy anymore. I feel like that hip injury is, kind of a killer for him, which is unfortunate to say. But
okay, and since you're already doing it, because this could go on forever, I like what you're doing. You gave us your one that you don't like. You gave us one that you will like. So what we'll do is two that you really like and one that you're not feeling. So you gave us one you feeling and one you not feeling. Middleton you feeling, Bill you not. Who is one more guy off this list that you might be feeling? Then we'll let everybody else do the same thing.
All right, so it would be nice to get a big, but potentially they could get one from the draft. So I'm not going to potentially tap in there. I would like Bruce Brown. Well, you know what? See, because if I had to pick just one more, him or Quentin Grimes would be nice.
Okay.
Because one
Bruce
guy
Brown
that is,
all around this Grimes scoring ability. I got you.
yeah, because one guy that isn't mentioned here, that I've seen Heat fans
Hold tight, hold tight. I'm gonna ask you that last. Boy, didn't I tell you ain't hosting this show? Alex. So who your two guys that you really feeling and one guy that you would stay away from?
Really feeling Kobe White. I feel like he could be really dynamic. Obviously, we've seen him get hot against the Heat in the Bulls jersey. We've seen him get hot against the Heat in the Hornets jersey.
And we know they like guys that kill him.
Yep. Honestly, I'm kind of sort of at a toss up with the second pick because of the fact that I've heard for so many months about Middleton being an option, but also in my mindset, I'm thinking, hey, could Brad Beal still be Brad Beal? Like, is he still Brad Beal? And if he is, then I'm not opposed because, I mean, that's 20 to 25 a night. And I say the one that I'm not feeling probably on this list is probably I'd probably go with Bogdanovich. Even though he did what he did, almost cook the U.S. with Serbia a few years ago. But, yeah, I feel like that was his last hurrah, and I don't know what really he got left in the tank.
Okay. I mean, he had a couple of moments with the Clippers, but his injury history, I mean, he'd be banged up a lot. I mean, not to the level of Tyler because he wouldn't be with the same expectations of making the same money, but it'd be, sort of Tyler. It's like, when is bro going to play? What you got, Dame? Two guys that really fascinate you and the guy that turn you off on this list.
I think the guy that fascinates me is Anthony Simons by far. It's definitely Anthony Simons, and at the Simons it'll be probably Tim Hardaway Jr. And the guy I'm definitely not feeling is Brad Bill. I know y'all all like Brad Bill. Y'all all high on Brad Bill, and after that is a no for me. It's a no for me. And Precious Achua, I would definitely like Precious Achua also. He's definitely bringing him back, seeing how his game grew. It'd be tough, and then you obviously still need that extra guy in the front court.
I agree with you there, Deem. I actually wouldn't mind bringing pressure back with the way you can take it down, Joe. With the way his game is expanding in Sacramento, showing you his ability to do different things. And again, for Brad Bill, I want to preface it saying this. I agree with Alex. Like, Brad Bill, could he still be Brad Bill? But for me, it's more about at the price point. Like, he's not going to command a super duper amount of money. And if he can come in, because we assuming we're going to lose Norm, which we ain't talk about a ton, but we assume we're going to lose Norm. If he can come in and provide you some of those similar things at a fifth or sixth or seventh of the salary, then I think you got to take it. Anthony Simons really stood out to me as well, Dame. I think he underperformed in his time in Boston. I think he's looking for a bounce back, come in with something to prove. I like Quentin Grimes, and I think he was also underused and underserved in Philly. And I think he has a score. But look, man, there are a lot of guys out there. I think the Miami Heat a bit to choose from to fill out this roster. Before we get up out of here, I give everybody a chance. A guy that wasn't mentioned here, a guy that may not have been mentioned or may haven't been mentioned. If you can even create a mechanism or see a situation where the Miami Heat could get him and to be of use to him, I'll give everybody a chance to shoot out a guy that'll fit this potential bill. And I'll just kick it off. For me, at this particular moment, I think that you bring in all of the guys who could provide you something specific that you can. And I know shooting is what we need, but I think we also need depth. At this particular time, on a vet minimum or super low, I would so take Russell Westbrook.
Hell no. Hell no. Hell
I
no.
think you need somebody as a six.
Hell no.
I think you do.
I'll take DeRozan over Westbrook. Hell no.
Well, I would take DeRozan too, but I think DeRozan, you create a spacing problem where you can't really. Can you play him as a 6 even now?
Hell yeah, you can play him as a 6. Where else you gonna play him at? He ain't gonna start.
This
I
is
mean, not at this point in his career. I mean, now I think at this point in his career, he's chasing the championship. He's
That's
going
a
to be
fact.
top 10 in points all time already. So I mean, what else? What
And
else
I'm
does he have to
and
prove?
I guess I'm specifically thinking of minimum guys, like minimum guys.
I mean, how old is DeRozan? DeRozan gonna be what, 34, 35, somewhere around there, 34 to 36 range. I
Well, I
think he
mean,
made enough money in his career. I think
he would
DeRozan
get
is
bought
about
out
to.
by Sacramento, so it'll probably be
DeRozan
better.
turns 37 in
Ooh.
August.
come on, man. I'll take that.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, I would take either of them. I just think you need vets that could fulfill a role off this bench.
You could.
What you got, Alex?
Oh, I was saying to go to Joel, but I don't know which way I was pointing.
Oh, it's all good. What you got then, Joel?
So when I was accidentally stepped on the toe, I didn't really see that name at first. I was gonna say Anthony Simons when that list came up, but since he's already mentioned and Deem tapped into that, I'll just throw a wild card just because and like this is just, and it's probably not gonna happen, but I just want to take a shot anyways, because why not? Let's just have fun with it. Let's say if the Warriors end up trading for Kawhi, right? One guy that I think would probably have to be included in that deal would be a guy who happened to wear number 10 for them, someone who actually once played here not too long ago, so you could put him in that.
That ain't happening. That ain't happening.
Listen,
That's definitely not happening.
let me
You
just
got
say
a better chance of getting LeBron and Jimmy.
listen. Let me just say what I gotta say, bro. Listen. He in the family, right? Or quote unquote that category that showed up. I don't know if he still want to be considered part of the family.
I don't know. He ain't got no joy down here. You can't be in the family if you don't got no joy around us.
I mean, he was in Miami a little earlier, that rehab process, but that's neither here nor there. But
we told Braun the key was under the mat, not Jimmy.
Well, listen, we don't know that. Anyways, we not part of the front office, but we not part of it. We don't know what's going on. So, listen, all I'm just saying, if he gets traded to go to Clippers say, you know what, this ain't gonna work. We just trying to rebuild. We gonna buy you out. You're a free agent. Maybe we can just get him, Pat, in the same room. Cry things out.
Have take 1.8. As long as he gonna take 1.8, he can come back.
Let's figure some stuff out. Let's mend bridges. Life's so short, bro. You gonna figure
cool.
This
you
out.
got you went and got your money. If you're gonna take the 1.8, we'll give you a tryout.
Why not? Come on.
What
Jimmy,
you got, Dan? Before we close the show, man, who's your guy that ain't been mentioned? That's not named Jimmy Butler.
Who, me? I think I said mine already.
No, a guy that hasn't. Oh, your guy. Also, DeMar DeRozan was yours.
Yeah, it'd be DeRozan. Or
Okay,
Bron. I mean, DeRozan. It's not gonna be Bron. DeRozan.
Well, that was gonna be how we close out of here, because this ain't gonna take long. It's been well reported that if Brian go back to the Lakers, he gonna bust him open, meaning he want the max or near the max. But it's also been kind of intimated, not reported, but rumored that he might be willing to take the MLE or some closer or some less in another situation. Is this the type of situation that can entice a LeBron? And would you want him back? 2-part question. We'll get up out of here on that. Of course, I would want him back. And I think this is the type of situation, because in my mind, he can't play nowhere but LA, Cleveland, or Miami. He can't go nowhere new, in my mind, legacy-wise. And I think, he want to continue to add to that, because, history is the only thing he's fighting against.
Right.
I'm going to just jump in here, because you went back to Deem and you had skipped over me for the last
Oh,
thing.
my bad, brother.
It's all good.
Because you pointed me off, man. Yeah, who's your guy, Alex?
No. I was doing some research to see. So I feel like, I guess 2 names, which I know one of them, he will be looking for way more money, and he has a player option. I think he does. Will be is that a player option? Well, I can't see it right now, but potentially declining his player option and coming and try and make some noise to win would be potentially like a Zach LaVine to stay on the Sacramento Kings roster.
I know I looked at that, but he making like 46, $49 million a year.
Yeah.
He's not gonna opt out of that. But
Yeah,
if he opt in and get bought out, maybe midway through the season. But I immediately
said potentially that, or the name who I just saw, who I think, I don't know if he has an option or not, but Kelly Oubre, like, he wouldn't be bad. But
yeah, I mentioned that too. Kelly Oubre be good.
Yeah.
But to go to the LeBron situation, I think it could be. I think with how the team is being set up now, with how well I feel like he's been able to shoot the ball later on in his career, I think this could be a really good situation for him to extend his career. Obviously, you don't know how long LeBron wants to play, but if he was okay with coming in and basically he'd be back, basically the second option, but you the second option behind Giannis Antetokounmpo, and basically, hey, now you the point forward, so that can help extend the life of his career. Like I said, depending on how long he wanted to play. And I mean, I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it.
Just jump right in, whoever.
I'll jump in. I mean, when it comes to LeBron, bro, like, I'm all for it, man. Those years in Miami was probably one of my funnest years ever as a fan, and to potentially relive that, you know, this time with Giannis and Bam there, like, it would be amazing. And, you know, there's all this talk about statue this, statue that, should he get one or not? Yo, listen, end that debate, come back to Miami, let's go hang up that fourth banner, and let's go get you that statue then. By all means.
And he loved him some Bam too. That's been well documented.
Yup.
What you got, Dame, as we get up out of here? Dame, you think you think he would come back, and how you feel about it?
Say that again, but I don't know. I'm mixed. I'm mixed on it. I think he can. I wouldn't be surprised if he would. I wouldn't be surprised if he won't. But I think if the opportunity presents itself, I think he definitely would. For the right number and everything, hell yeah, who wouldn't?
Absolutely. I mean, I'm just saying, Dame, we got to make it entertaining for the people, man. I tell you what, Dame on cloud nine. I'm excited that he's excited. He got more energy than he's had in a long time on this podcast. Joel showed up. Alex is relieved.
Oh, by the way, this quick
I've been brought out of the darkness. Hold, can I
I just want to, because I don't want the show to wrap up before I mention a couple things, because we did
Yo just messed up my cold closing. I got effects and light shows and everything, and he just gonna cut me off. Like, you so disrespectful, dog.
My bad, because I had a couple updates.
Go ahead with your little announcement, man.
My bad. So we did have a couple social media activity posted just this, not even an hour ago, from two main pieces involved in this trade. So for starters, we have Tyler Hero making it known that he is now a Milwaukee Buck on Twitter. And there we have it, 414, which, if y'all don't know, is the area code for Milwaukee. So it looks like now he has officially embraced being a Buck. So there's that. Shout outs to Tyler. And then now, on top of that, Giannis recently just posted on his Instagram story a video of him already working at the gym and putting in that work for this upcoming season. Let's look into that real quick. 21 seconds. Y'all saw that, right? It's gonna be fun.
Yeah, hand down, man down. Hand down, man down.
If he could ever get to 33%, it would be a problem. If he could ever get to 33%, it would be an absolute problem. But look, man, we eating Euros, baby. We eat Mediterranean food. We eating pita chips. You know what I'm saying? Kava. You know what I'm saying? All that. I mean, you know what I'm saying? The Greek freak is in town, man. We thank you for lending your ear to this sound. We got Deem in the building. We got Coach in the building. Alex, if you familiar, Joel back for the first time and whenever, and of course K. And this has been the Biscayne Breakdown. We out. Heat and 5.
Now I pull up on the scene, dead fresh and casket clean. They gon' hate on me.